Hey everyone, and welcome to your Hastings Daily Digest. We're going to dive into this classic late March weather that we're all feeling, and then we're going to do a little time traveling to see just what makes March 24th such an interesting day in history.
All right, let's get right to the number you've been waiting for. For your Tuesday here in Hastings, the high is going to be a beautiful 55 degrees. Yep, a very welcome sight for late March.
You know, that 55 degrees really has that classic late March mood. It's that feeling where you can tell spring is definitely flirting with us. So let's break down what you can really expect out there today.
Okay, so a closer look at the details really paints a nice picture for us. We've got that high of 55, a low of 39, but honestly, the best news is what's not on the list. No rain during the day and no hazardous weather alerts to worry about. The wind is light. All in all, it is shaping up to be a really pleasant day.
So, what does this all mean for your plans? Well, you'll definitely want to start the day with a jacket or a hoodie, because the morning still has a little bite to it. But layers are going to be your best friend. That afternoon warm-up makes it a perfect day to get out for a walk downtown, or maybe head down along the levee. And if you've got evening plans, you're good to go. Just, maybe keep that light layer close by.
This local weather joke just absolutely nails the vibe today. The bridge is saying, looking good, but that jacket is saying, I'm still coming too. That's a Minnesota spring warm-up in a nutshell right there.
Okay, so that's the story for our weather today in Hastings. But, every single day is built on the stories of the past. So let's take a look back and see what makes March 24th a pretty significant date in history.
Our little trip through time today is going to take us from the American Revolution to a really bold voice for civil rights right here in Minnesota, and then to the birth of a man who literally changed the world of entertainment.
First up, let's start close to home with a story of incredible courage from Minnesota's territorial days.
So picture this. It's 1857, and right over in St. Paul, an abolitionist named Moses Dixon wrote this incredibly powerful open letter. Now, this was right after the infamous Dred Scott decision, which just poured gasoline on the national debate over slavery. Dixon knew he had to speak up, right here in Minnesota.
And this was his core message. This wasn't just some passive statement. It was a direct challenge. He was demanding that his fellow Minnesotans recognize the full citizenship and the full humanity of Black Americans. It's a really, truly significant moment in our state's history.
Okay, now, let's jump way back to 1776. The British had just evacuated Boston, which was a huge victory for the colonists. But instead of throwing a party, George Washington was busy writing to Congress. He was reporting that there were still British ships in the harbor and that they needed to secure the high ground. It was pretty much America's first ever, hey, we're not relaxing yet, memo.
And for our final stop, we land in 1901 for the birth of an absolute creative genius. Now, the name Ub Iwerks, it might not be one you recognize right away, but I guarantee you know his work. He was a foundational pioneer in animation and special effects.
His legacy is just, it's incredible. He was a key creative partner to Walt Disney, and he was instrumental, absolutely instrumental, in bringing Mickey Mouse to life. Just think about that for a second. One of the most famous, iconic characters in the entire world owes its existence to a man born on this very day.
So from the weather right here on our doorstep in Hastings, to a fight for freedom in St. Paul, a general's crucial warning in Boston, and the birth of an animation legend, our one day connects to so many different stories. Let's bring it all back home.
It's just a great reminder, isn't it? Even a normal Tuesday is just layered with history, and it's filled with potential. It holds all the stories of what was and the promise of what could be. So, as you head out into your day here in Hastings, what story are you going to add to this one? Thanks for joining the Hastings Daily Digest.